Hello guys, what's up? Welcome back to the YouTube channel with your host that does the absolute most, Spiritual Intellectual 777 here once again, coming at you guys from the House of Greatness. And in today's video, what we're going to be discussing is how ambition is a double-edged sword. And so basically what inspired me to want to make this video was, an interview that I watched last night with Joey Badass, and how, he was talking to this therapist named Siri Satnam Singh. And, him and this therapist were discussing like how he just was feeling restless and feeling like out of whack, and how, he never felt satisfied in his life, and he felt like, he has to do more and more and more to, overcompensate for the emotional and physical abandonment that he went through growing up. And so, I'll go ahead and link that video to you in the description below so you guys know what I'm talking about. But, that video just made me realize like how ambition is a double-edged sword, like I'm discussing with you right now. And so, first off, I want to discuss the positives of ambition. So the positives of ambition is that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and that you have this drive and this motivation to achieve your goals, right? Because, we all know that, we're going to need to have that ambition to succeed in life. Because if you don't have ambition at all, then how are you going to be motivated to achieve your goals? And how are you going to achieve anything worthwhile if you don't have ambition? I mean, you're going to need to have that ambition. It's something that every successful person has, is ambition. You know what I'm saying? It's going to help you to propel your life to new heights. But, there is also the flip side of that. And the flip side of that is that you're focusing too much on the external world. You want to prove people wrong, and you want your circumstance to change before you feel joyous. So, a lot of people struggle with this, is, thinking that their happiness and their joy is found externally in some accomplishment or achievement of some sort. But, most of the time when we find that we achieve our end goals and we start like reaping the benefits of our hard work, and we get what we want, we still don't feel satisfied at all. Like we still don't feel like we're enough. And that's like, the core reason why, people have problems in their lives, is that they don't feel like they are enough. And so they try to overcompensation for that lack of enoughness, if you will, by trying to like achieve all of these goals, accumulate a bunch of material items. They trying to rack up as many achievements as they can to try to fill this empty hole within themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and give you, two stories right now. I'm going to give you two for one. And I want you guys, in the comment section to decipher what lessons I'm trying to portray in these stories. So to kick it off, the first story that I'm going to discuss with you guys today is one of, what story do I want to discuss? The story of, two guys being in the desert. All right. That's what we're going to go with. So it goes like this. So there's two guys that have been wandering the desert for a really, really, really long time. For more specifically, they've been wandering for like 2 to 3 hours. Just walking through that desert. Just seeing nothing but sand and feeling the heat of that sun upon their skin. It's searing hot. It's straight cooking in that damn desert. But anyways, they wandering throughout the desert, and they're down to that last little bit of water. The water bottle is like halfway full. And so they start, each getting like a swig of water. They just gulping that cool, refreshing water down their throats. And it feels as if, when you pour water on something that's been burning hot for a while, and you hear that cooling noise like, And so they keep on walking. And then the dude on the right asks the dude on the left, is like, are we there yet? And then the other dude says, nah, man, we ain't there yet. And so they keep walking and walking and walking through the desert. Then all of a sudden they start seeing their destination right across from them. They're like, oh my goodness, man. Do you see that? Yeah, I see that. And so they start taking whatever energy they have left and they start running as fast as they can to that dream destination that they've been trying to find this whole time. And then as they get closer and closer and closer to it, it starts like this. It starts fading away more and more and more. And they're like, no, please, no, please. And then when they think they've reached their destination, it disappears right before their eyes. And then the dude on the right is like, see, like, what? This is some bullshit, man. Like, it was just a mirage all along. And so they just keep walking and wandering some more. They're moping and groaning, like they have been for the past, 2 to 3 hours. And then all of a sudden, this woman on horseback starts approaching these dudes. And she was like, asking them. No, not asking them. She was telling them like, hey, you guys look a little lost. And they were like, well, no shit. We know that we're lost. We've been trying to get to the land of abundance for the past like 2 to 3 hours and we still haven't found our way. And she told them like, hey, I've been observing you guys for the longest time. And so I just wanted to come in and help you out. And all you had to do was just turn to your right where you were previously before you started running like crazy children. And then you would have been there within a matter of 2 minutes. And then they're like, really? You know that we were lost and you wasn't going to guide us? And she was like, well, I wanted you to see if you can figure it out on your own before I stepped in and helped. And so they go right back to where they were, and then they go turn right. And then before you knew it, they were at their destination. They were like, man, how come we didn't know this whole time? Oh my gosh. And so they start relishing in joy, and they start, feeling fulfilled. They start having this abundance. They start like just really enjoying themselves. They're cooling off, and they're just having the time of their lives. And so I want you to go ahead and pause this video and decipher what specific lesson was being portrayed in the story before I move on to the next one. Alright, so the second story that I want to discuss with you guys today is the, guy in the village with the hole in the bucket. So the guy in the village, he's at home one day, and he has this hole in his bucket, right? And he keeps trying to fill up this bucket. The hole is like the size, of a pinhole. So it's not that big, but it's still a hole nonetheless. So he keeps trying to like fill this water. He keeps trying to fill this bucket up with water so that he can go ahead and like water his plants. And so he fills it up, right? And then he's getting excited and stuff like that. The bucket is being filled up. And then he goes back to his house to go get something to eat. And then when he goes back, the bucket is empty again. And he was like, what the heck? Like, I could have sworn that I just filled this bucket of water. Could have filled this bucket up with water to the brim. And so he fills it up again. Then he leaves. Then it gets leaked out again. Then he keeps filling it up and filling it up and filling it up and filling it up. Again and again and again. And then he's just sitting there just frustrated. Like, okay, what the hell's going on? Like, why does this bucket keep leaking on me? And then, He starts taking the liberty and looking at the bottom of the bucket. Then he discovers this whole time that there was a hole at the bottom of the bucket. And he was like, oh, shoot, like, yo, like, how come I couldn't see this? And so he does his due diligence. He goes back in the house and he gets something to plug up the hole. And then next thing you know, he starts filling it up with water again. And then, he starts watering his plants, like he has planned to this whole time. And then he keeps doing this for a couple weeks, watering the plants and taking care of them. And then they start blooming into these beautiful, awesome plants that help him feed his family. So, with that being said, like, what lesson can you decipher from that story specifically? All right? Let's go ahead and comment that real quick. And it's just like, with ambition, if you let it take over your mind too much, you're not going to be able to enjoy life and enjoy the process, guys. And that's the whole point of life, is to enjoy it. It's not about just, quote unquote, smashing goals and all this stuff, right? Because that's fine and dandy. It's great to have goals and it's great to be ambitious. But at the same time, you have to learn to just enjoy the process and enjoy life along the way, because, before you know it, this life is going to flash before your eyes and you're going to be right back in the spirit realm. Life was meant to be enjoyed and to be cherished, not to suffer, and not for you to feel like you had to wear yourself out just to enjoy life. We have to stop delaying our happiness. We have to get out of this mindset of, oh, once I achieve, this goal and that goal and that goal, then I'll feel joyous and experience happiness. It's like, nah, bruh. It's an inside out game. Once you feel joyous and feel happy, no, happiness is not a feeling, it's an emotion, but you get what I mean. Like, once you start feeling at ease and feeling at peace with yourself, and you start feeling joyous and experiencing happiness, then, your abundance is going to start, like, really falling in place, right? And it's simply because, you've chosen to surrender to the present moment, as opposed to what you were doing before, where you was just chasing all of these things, thinking that they were going to give you this sense of happiness that, you couldn't even give to yourself. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that you shouldn't achieve goals or have goals for that matter. I'm just saying you just got to learn to enjoy this moment and to be present in it and to bask in it, instead of trying to run away from this moment. So with that being said, I thank you guys for listening to yet another YouTube episode. And if you guys are brand spanking new to this channel, I first and foremost want to welcome y'all with open arms. I'm glad that y'all are here. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that bell right next to it, so you get notified every single Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time that I upload videos to this channel. And make sure to go ahead and smash the hell out of that like button. And if you know anybody that needs to listen to this video, because you can't see my face, quite frankly, right now. But yeah, go ahead and share this with your friends and fam that you believe that's gonna benefit from listening to this video. And if you are a supporter of the 8 Mil Productions brand, make sure to go ahead and copy some merch right now by clicking the link in the description below, so that you can go ahead and show your support. And if you've ever bought any merch from me, I sincerely give you my highest gratitude. I thank you for supporting the movement and, helping me like make a living to be able to continue to do these types of videos. I highly, highly appreciate that, And I just want to say, like, I hope that you guys are keeping up the positive momentum within the new year, and that you guys are staying focused. So, peace in and out with the highest vibes, and I'll catch you guys next week.